Hola mi gente, hola mis estudiantes. Hoy vamos a aprender sobre el pretérito perfecto, ¿ok? O en inglés se llama the present perfect tense. So the present perfect tense is another one of our verb tenses that we can add to our Spanish backpacks here. In order to describe something that occurred in the past. So we already learned el pretérito, the perfect, el imperfecto, the imperfect, and now we're learning the present perfect, right? El pretérito perfecto. Now, just to kind of give you a review of the present perfect tense in English, this is, you've been using it your whole life, but you probably just haven't had the proper name for this tense. And basically, it's like when you're saying, I have decided. Instead of I decided, it is I have decided here. So you have this helping verb, right? Have or has. I have decided, he has decided, etc., etc. So, para formar el pretérito perfecto en español, tenemos el verbo haber, okay? En el presente, haber en el presente, right? Conjugated, it is yo he. Remember, for all of these verb forms of haber, the H is going to be silent, right? Remember, in Spanish, we don't pronounce the H when it is the first letter of a word. So, yo he, tú has, él, ella, usted ha, nosotros hemos, vosotros habéis, ellos, ellas, ellos, ustedes han. Okay, so un forma de haber más un past participle. Okay, the past participle is super duper easy. Okay, for AR verbs, you just take off the AR ending of on the infinitive and you just add an ADO, hablado. For ER and IR, it's you take off the ending and you just put IDO. So perdido, vivido, right? There's no difference here in ending for ER and IR verbs, okay? Now there are irregulars and those are going to be on the next slide. So just be mindful of those, okay? Another good point here is your past participle will always end with an O, regardless of the subject's gender, okay? Because it's not acting as an adjective here, it's acting as a verb. And verbs change depending on number and not gender, okay? So here are some of the common irregular past participles. Abrir, abierto. Cubrir, that means to cover, cubierto. Decir, dicho. Escribir, escrito. Hacer, hecho. Morirse, muerto. Poner, puesto. Romper, roto. Y ver, visto. So, ¿cómo se dice I have eaten nothing today in español? I have eaten nothing today. We know that this is el presente, no, el pretérito perfecto, right? Because we have that helping verb, that auxiliary verb, have here, plus a past participle, which is eaten. So, no he comido nada hoy. You can also put yo here, right? But we don't have to because it's implied by the conjugation of this verb, right? So yo no he comido nada hoy. So we have haber in the yo form plus comer, the past participle of comer. It's an ER verb. So we have IDO as our verb ending here. Como se dice, she has said a lot in the meeting in español. Now, I gave you this example here to show you that even if the subject is feminine, like ella, your verb is your past participle is still going to end with an O, right? This A has nothing to do with the subject being feminine. That is just the ella, usted conjugation of haber in the present, okay? So, ella ha dicho mucho en la cita, right? Or just ha dicho mucho en la cita, right? Like In the previous example, we do not need to say ella here because it can be implied with the conjugation of ha dicho.